everyone, welcome to SummerHacks.
Woo! Hooray, best hackathon. We love Freetail. Woo!
I'm Dee Dee. I am Outreach Director for Freetail Hackers. I am a rising junior at UT Austin studying computer science.
Hi there, my name is Ansh. I am the Corporate Director for Freetail Hackers. I am a rising junior at UT Austin studying computer science and math.
Hello, my name is Brant. I am the co-lead here at Freetail Hackers. I am a rising junior as well, and I'm a computer science major.
Hi, my name's... Oh yeah, I don't know the alphabet.
Hi guys, my name is Ellen. I'm the creative director here at Freetail Hackers. I'm a rising junior, and I'm in design and business.
All right. Hi guys, I'm Kush. I am a rising junior at UT, and I'm the logistics director for Freetail Hackers. I'm studying computer engineering.
Hi everyone, I'm Shristi, and I'm a rising sophomore. I'm also a corporate organizer for Freetail, and I'm also studying computer science.
Hi, I'm Victoria /Lynn, and I'm a rising junior, and I study computer science.
Good.
All right, welcome to our event. I just wanted to say thank you for participating in this event. Really excited. We've put in a lot of hard work to making this happen, and we're really excited for you to be here. And yeah, so this opening ceremony is just gonna be kind of a guide to like what the next 12 weeks will look like and what for you to expect. We're gonna go through a lot of logistical things, but it'll be we'll try to keep it interesting.
To tell you guys a little bit about who we are Freetail Hackers. We put on hackathons throughout the year. Our biggest event is Hack Texas, which occurs in the fall, and you'll definitely hear a lot about that throughout the summer, I'm sure. It's the largest student-run hackathon in Texas. It's a really great time. We've been doing it since, I think, 2012 now, and it's a really great event, so something to look forward to in the future. But yeah, next slide.
So as you guys know, this is a digital hackathon. It's a little bit different from our usual ones. So we do have a code of conduct specific to the digital one. Basically, same thing. Be nice to each other. Don't be a dick, but have fun.
So I'm just going to go over some of the overall logistics for the summer. Some questions that have come up either in direct messages or the Slack are, one of the questions is, what if I can't attend the event due to a time zone conflict, internships, or other obligations? We totally understand everyone has busy lives, everyone has stuff going on. So we're going to have most of our events live streamed on YouTube, like you're probably watching this right now. We're also going to have them recorded and posted to our YouTube channel for you to check out whenever you have the time. Another question that we've had is, how much time should I expect to put into this event? And the answer is as much as you want. This really is, you're going to get as much out of it as you really put in. So communicate with your team, figure out what the end goal is, try to figure out what you guys are trying to build by the end of the summer, and divide up your time accordingly. But really, there shouldn't be any pressure to build the next Facebook or the next Instagram. It's really up to you to build whatever you think you can and build something that you can be proud of. What kind of project should I build? Again, anything that you really want. Your options are completely open. Of course, you should stay within the realm of something that is realistic, so no time travel, no anti-gravity, but other than that, anything that you think you can build within the summer is fair game. How do I get technical help during the event? We have a lot of resources available to you, and we'll go over some of them in future slides, but we, the Freetail Hacker team, are always here to help, and we also will pair you with a mentor, should you ask, who can guide you through some of the more technical aspects of your specific project. And finally, how do I communicate with my team? Again, we do have the Slack channel set up so you guys can set up direct groups with your team. But other than that, it's very open-ended. So feel free to use whatever communication method works best with you and your team. Can I get the next slide? So like I said before, a couple resources that we have available for you. The team has been working on creating the Ultimate Hackathon Starting Guide over the past couple weeks. You guys can check out the Git repo for that using the QR code we have down here. Feel free to check it out, make any suggestions, any pull requests that you might think would be helpful for other hackers. But other than that, these are a collection of a couple good tips, resources, guides that we think are really beneficial for hackers at the beginning, intermediate, or even advanced stage. We also are pairing you guys with mentors, and we'll give out a lot more detail about that over the next couple weeks. But we do want you guys to know that we are still looking for mentors. If you are a participant but think that you have something valuable that you could potentially share with other teams, or you do have a lot of experience with hackathons that you think you can pass along, feel free to apply. We have the link on our website, so that's something you guys should definitely check out and apply. And of course, if you have any questions, feel free to message any one of us on Slack. Potential projects. We'll also send out a list of potential projects that you guys can start looking at, take a look at, and maybe start working on with your team. But again, we'll send more details about that soon. And we have, so again, we'll talk about this more, but you guys are going to submit a design doc, which is kind of an overall proposal of your project, what you guys are going to do, how you guys are going to create it, build it, and in the end, present it. We have a sample template out that we'll send out again, but that's something that you guys should start working on with your team once you guys start narrowing down on your idea. Can I get the next slide?
Yeah, so I'm going to talk a little bit about just the general time frame, the timelines for things, and where you should be when. Next slide. All right, so here's a high-level overview of the next couple weeks. Our first week, which is this week, it's going to be just forming your project, getting an idea out there, and thinking like, oh, this is like kind of what I want to do, and also team matching. So just finding the people you're going to work with. We have a lot of resources for this too, and we'll talk more about it later. The second week, we're going to have a form due at the end of the first week that's just kind of like, oh, this is what I'm doing. These are the technologies I'm going to use. And based on that, we're going to assign you mentors. And we'll be sending out an introductory email for you to meet your mentor at the beginning of the second week. From then, we also want the second week to be more just project planning, just getting those details fleshed out. And then we're going to make that design doc that Kush was talking about earlier due at the end of that week. So what that includes is just like your team, your project, kind of just like a high level overview of what your project will be in like more details than like the what's due at the first week. You'll get a template for this and everything will be sent out to you just in the following weeks in our Slack. Weeks 3 through 6 are just going to be working on projects. Throughout this time, we have a lot of events planned. We've got a lot of workshops, a lot of like random like talks on things in technology that you can go pursue. Like we have a grad school talk. We've got like how to navigate an internship talk, and some more great things just scheduled. Week 6, we're going to have a midpoint review. So what this looks like is that each mentor will hopefully meet with everyone on the team one-on-one and just kind of talk to you about how you're feeling, how you're doing, how your project's going, just making sure that you're on track and you're reaching the goals that you've set for yourself. Hopefully they'll also be giving you some sort of feedback, just like things that they've seen that you've done well, things that they think you can improve on. And then after that, weeks 7 to 10 are just going to be more time for you to work on your projects. And like I said before, throughout this time, we're going to have a lot of events. We're having like a programming competition lined up. We've got some fun events too. So keep an eye out for those. Week 11, it's going to be just a time for you to like make finishing touches, record a demo video, and submit your projects onto DevPost, which is this website where you can just submit your project and write like about it, and then we as like judges can go and look at it. And then week 12, we're going to have final presentations and demos from like the top 5 or 10 teams. We'll give you some feedback. We'll have mentors give you feedback. And then we will have our closing ceremony where we will be giving out prizes. So if we go to the next slide, I can talk about more about what this week will look like. And yeah, so right now you're at the opening ceremony. So that's today. At 11 a.m., right after the ceremony, we're going to have our first team formation session. So we'll talk a little bit more about this later, but we're using this application called Glimpse. It's super cool. It matches you with someone else for 2 minutes and you have a short conversation. There'll be more about this in a next slide. So we'll have another one of those sessions at 9 p.m. This is just because we know everyone's in different time zones, and if you can't make it to one, we're hoping that you can make it to one of these 3. So Wednesday at 3 p.m., we'll have another team formation session. And keep in mind, all these times are in Central Time. Our team is in Texas, and this is just what makes the most sense for us. If you need to figure out what these times are, we have a calendar in our Slack, and if you click on that, it should be able to show you the times in your own time zone, so it might be a lot easier for you. So 9 p.m. on Wednesday, we're going to have a Where to Start workshop. It'll be on YouTube Live, the same kind of thing like this. It's basically just a workshop to tell you like this is what we suggest you do to begin. This is how to like come up with an idea. Any other questions that you might have about like how to generally start making a project. At the end of the day, we're gonna send out, or actually right after the third team formation, we're gonna send out a manual team matching form. So it's basically for anyone who still doesn't have a team or still is looking for 1 or 2 more team members to join them. So you'll just fill that out, and then that'll be due at the end of the day, Wednesday. And then during that night, us as organizers will be hand matching y'all based on what is in your applications. And we'll just be sending out those teams hopefully Thursday morning or sometime during the day Thursday. So if you don't have a team by Wednesday, fill that out, and then we will give you a team by Thursday. Yeah, and so Thursday we're gonna have office hours. So basically what that'll be is just a Zoom call with all of us as organizers plus some of our mentors maybe in it, and then you guys can just hop in whenever you have a question, and just we'll pair you off if it's a technical question or if it's something, we'll send you to a breakout room, you guys can talk about it. We can help you debug, we can help you come up with an idea, we can help you with any troubles with teammates, just really anything. If you just want to chat, you can come join us. And then at 9 p.m. right after that, we're gonna have a version control workshop. So basically this is like how to use GitHub, how to like share code with other people so that like you can work on it at the same time or like work on the same kind of code base at the same time. So if you've never really touched version control, if you don't know what I'm talking about, that's okay. Come to this workshop, it'll be really helpful, especially if you're working with the team. Yeah, so that'll be 9 p.m. and all of our workshops will be recorded and posted on our YouTube page. So if you can't make it, no worries, just join on and watch the video in your own time. That Friday, we're gonna have a trivia Kahoot, which will be a lot of fun. We've basically just come up with some fun trivia questions, and we're gonna send y'all a Zoom link, and then you guys can come in, we'll just play Kahoot, it'll be a lot of fun. And then at the end of the day, Friday, we're gonna have a project proposal due. So what this is just a Google form. It's pretty simple. All you need to have is basically who your teammates are, and then like a general idea on what your project is. It doesn't have to be super specific. It doesn't have to be very fleshed out. Just like, these are kind of the technologies we're thinking of using, and this is kind of the idea that we're thinking of. It can change, it's okay. This is just used for us to match you with a mentor. So yeah, that link and everything else will be sent in our Slack. And yeah, can we get to the next slide?
The way that team formation is going to work is that we're going to have 3 glimpse sessions, where the first one is going to start on like right after this, and then we have one in the evening and then one tomorrow. And the way that works is that you're going to download the Glimpse app, which is both on the Google App Store, the Google Play Store, and the App Store. And it's going to be the 2-minute speed dating kind of thing where you can find people and it works great. So we're going to have that, and we're only having a maximum of 4 people on a team. You can work individually if you want, but we highly recommend you find a team so that you can meet new people, and that's what summer is about. And after the 3 glimpse sessions, if you still don't have a team, feel free to fill out the form that we're going to send out, and we can manually hand match you. So as Dee Dee said, that you'll have a team by Thursday, and it will all work out. Next slide, please. So for more updates and for all our communications, please join the Slack if you haven't already. It's been sent out on 2 of the emails, on the confirmation email and the email that was sent out yesterday. And also, if you scan the QR code, you can also join the Slack that way. The above website is also there for any resources you need. And feel free to always email us or contact us if you ever need any help.
Alrighty, moving on to the best part of this talk. Let's talk about credits real quick. So we do have a couple resources that we've procured and decided to offer anybody who needs them. So far, we have AWS and Azure credits available for any teams. If you don't know what that is, those are both cloud services that allow you to basically buy computers somewhere else and then run compute or storage or machine learning or whatever kind of application you want on somebody else's computer. You do have to pay for it, but with these credits, you can just get it paid directly to your account. It's a little harder to get the AWS credits right now, but there's a much larger amount versus getting the Azure credits, which is very easy, but it's a slightly smaller amount. I'll send out a little bit more about how these will work later, but it's basically just going to be shoot one of the organizers a text, they'll redirect you to me, and I can get you whatever kind of credits you're looking for. The AWS credits we have that are sponsored by a UT organization called Genesis. Really quick, we wanted to make sure that we have a good partnership with them, so we're going to show one of their ads that they like to show people who are they're thinking about funding. They mainly fund groups and startups at UT. So if you're a UT kid, definitely pay attention. And we'll be right back after the break.
Genesis is the first of its kind on UT's campus. There's never been anything like it before.
Student and alumni have come together with one mission in mind, and that's to make UT Austin the home of the best entrepreneurs of our generation.
At Genesis, we believe that investing time, talent, and treasure into student entrepreneurs can be a spark for a lifetime of changing the world.
Genesis plays a huge role in the entrepreneurship ecosystem at UT.
Genesis is an enabler. We find the best and brightest students. It doesn't matter what year, what major, whatever they are. We fund freshmen, we fund graduate students, and we give them the ability to take their initial idea and build prototypes and scale that up into an actual venture.
Because Genesis not only provides funding to student entrepreneurs, but also pairs them with alumni mentors, no longer are these projects just inside of the classroom. These are real businesses coming out of UT Austin.
We connect our founders with the greater Austin ecosystem through donor pitch events and through events with entrepreneurial alumni.
Being a part of the Genesis program has changed my life. I was paired with a member of the alumni team for Genesis and able to work directly side by side with him on a Genesis due diligence report.
We conduct extensive primary research on team, competition, market, product, and legal landscape.
Through Genesis, I've really unlocked my potential and been able to interact with students from different schools.
Genesis has funded 16 student startups from diverse disciplines including engineering, business, computer science, communications, and more. Example ventures include intelligent prosthetic limbs, solar trackers, future foods, and software solutions.
Working with Genesis, I refined my business model, got funded, and even got support from UT alumni.
I think Genesis has been really crucial to our success. We've had a lot of great mentorship from different people within Genesis. It's been really great to learn about different aspects of our business beyond just the technical elements.
I realized that there were several questions that I didn't have answers to, and the Genesis members were generous enough to walk me through those, and it was a very educational experience.
At Genesis, we want our student entrepreneurs to be as celebrated as our student athletes, and we're on our way to making that reality.
We need you to help us to make UT Austin the best campus in the world for student entrepreneurs by backing student investors. Partner with us, and let's change the world.
All right, and we're back. If you look at the screen right now, you have a tweet that I sent out a couple days ago. Please go like. You don't have to follow, that's okay, but please go like my tweet. I tweeted at Elon Musk saying, "My mom bet me I wouldn't tweet you to ask if you'd come speak at our summer hackathon." And if we get 1 million likes on this tweet, who knows? Maybe we'll get Elon Musk to come speak at Summer Hacks, and how cool would that be? So please go like my tweet. We'll see what happens. All right, moving on. Let's talk really quickly about submission and judging. So Dee talked a little bit about this earlier, but the way it's going to work is you guys are basically going to make final touches during around week 11, and then you'll submit your projects in week 12 to a website called DevPost. And if you haven't heard of it, it's basically you just put your project sort of in a portfolio setting online under our hackathon, and then we can go through and look at all of the projects. We are asking you to submit towards any number of 6 categories. The 6 categories we have are, let's see here, education, social good, COVID relief, economic relief, entertainment/social media, and health/medicine. So, start thinking about which of those categories your apps fall into, and then you can submit your project towards any of those categories at the end of the event. The way judging is probably going to work is that we're going to select the top team from each category, maybe the top 3 teams, and then we're going to, rank them and then maybe pick the top one. The top team in each category gets a prize. More on that later.
So this is the first time Freetail has done anything like this. So throughout the summer, if you have any suggestions for things that we can be doing better, or maybe things that you'd like to see, whether that's an event or a workshop or how we could improve our mentoring system or something like that, we'd love to hear it. We'll probably have some kind of Slack channel or form set up in a little bit. Until then, you can always reach out to one of us. We're excited to talk to y'all and kind of get your feedback for what all we're doing. And yeah, we hope you had a great time. Next slide.
Cool. We're glad that you guys could make it. And I guess I just want to share like a few words of encouragement during this like really interesting time. So in the past, couple months, our lives have basically been turned upside down. And, you know, as humans, like, we're pretty resilient and we can overcome the challenges blanketing us, you know, if we bond together. And it's kind of an interesting time because, you know, compassion is a very simple definition, but it's very hard in practice. And usually it's kind of like a make or break where we kind of show our best selves or worst selves. Yeah. So, you know, in 3 months, my immigrant cousins, after decades of gambling with Vietnam's lottery system, you know, finally made it to America. They opened up a pho restaurant and everything, and it got shut down in a couple of weeks. And, you know, life is just really difficult. And I say this as someone who's, you know, a cancer survivor who came from like a broke single parent household, you know, when college wasn't my guaranteed straight arrow path. And I say this, you know, when during Christmas break, I had to quarantine, you know, for 2 weeks because I was radioactive, and I was more stressed about finances than I was about my own health. And I say this, you know, after going through that, I was 673 out of 700 students in my class after being number one. Yeah. And it's interesting because it's like my ticket to life, my guarantee going to UT Austin, which just kind of got like taken away from me. And it totally sucked. But, you know, I think I would say that what do you do kind of like when those guarantees disappear from your life, like when things aren't certain? And I think that only like in uncertainty, fear, and, you know, isolation and vulnerability, and you're desperate, you're pretty hungry to do something and to help others and to change something about, you know, that you don't like about this time. And I think, you know, through hacking, you know, create stuff, projects, I think use this time to really reflect on yourself and to make the world generally like a better place, because people are going through really difficult times. So best of luck hacking, and let's just show our best selves.
Yeah, on that note, you guys make something you're proud of, make something that you know somebody can use in the future, and good luck.
And make sure to stick around for our team building event right after this. More information in the Slack to come.
Right, woo, nailed it. Yeah. That was the best.